Mm. What's up, everybody? My name is Brandon Suit. So, for you that are out there right now with everything going on, pandemic, almost going with World War III, all this issues going on, George Floyd's death, and all that. So, many of you know that today is today. Let me restart this part. So, my name is Brandon Suit. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a worker. I work a lot, but at this point, it's my weekend off. I just want to let everybody know how I feel about the opinions of people's actions going on with all these things going on with the protesting, the COVID, almost going World War III, Trump's mistakes, all these things happening. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with presidency right now as long as I get to keep my guns, my house, all the stuff I have earned to work with. Now, the thing is about this stuff right now is how I feel about this is completely bullshit. People are going around saying that we're being racist. We don't know what slavery is. Let me stop you right there. As a matter of fact, during the Egyptian era of our times, not only were blacks or colored or any other race slaves, but we were also slaves at that one point. During the Egyptian eras, Hebrews and other things before the America was even founded by anybody, we were slaves to the Egyptians. Pharaohs who were actually colored. So you can't state that we don't know what slavery is. Now here's the thing. Slavery is over. Slavery is done. We, the people of the US, don't give two shits of what's going on that part. I don't care about the word racist. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. The word racist, I kind of do care because the fact is, these people right now say that we're racist. We're not racist. Some people act as if they are racist because they believe their heritage makes them racist. That is not true. Those people are wrong, and we do apologize for that. The thing about racism is we do not want to know it. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to feel it. But the thing about it is, why now? Why start now over the years that things have happened after black people who are innocent have been killed by cops? White cops. Why start now? Why start during a pandemic is more question. We were so close by getting rid of this pandemic. So very close. And then the death of George Floyd. Now here's the thing, and this has been proven, I guess, by all the police in Minneapolis or the investigation in Minneapolis that George Floyd was detained for the fact of laundering money. He created fake bills and gave it out or whatever, how that went. I'm not sure that part. All I know is he committed a crime and he was arrested. Now, I'm not sure if he fought back at all, and that's why they put him down. What they did is they did do that wrong. I've seen cops put their knees on the body, but never on their neck should they ever put their knee on. They can put their knee on their spinal cord, the back, just never the head, never the neck, nothing that can cut off the air circulation of a body. If a body loses air for 2 minutes, even 6 minutes, that person can pass out in 2 minutes. If it keeps going, 6 minutes, that person could be presumed dead. They have not had oxygen in the past 6 minutes, that person can suffocate. Now, it is a true fact that some people can breathe very long, but not a lot of people can. Look at the age and variation of different people. Okay? Youth these days can stay as underwater as long as they can, and they do these competitions all the time. I wouldn't recommend it due to the fact that it's a very, very bad health advisory not to do so because we don't want these people to accidentally drown or accidentally injure themselves to the fact of they're trying these attempts. They always talk about never doing it, but people still do it, so I'm not going to stop them there. Now, let me go back to the part where Egyptian era. During the Egyptian era, Hebrews and other colored of kind were slaves. Hebrew being white, tan, black, brown, other colors. Pharaohs being white, tan, black, brown. I'm not sure if it's true about what color the pharaohs are, but they're presumed to be colored. Now, here's the thing about that. We were slaves. We were slaves. During the Egyptian times, before the matter of America being founded, we were slaves. So we do feel what you feel. But we don't think about it because that's the past. We aren't looking in the past. We are looking for the future. What we can do now, not what we could have done then. What we did back then is something we can learn to do now. Something we can use now to create something new. So, yes, I understand you people are hurt. You believe we owe you for all this time. You think we owe you. We weren't born then. Those people who were there during those times have passed and they've paid their consequences. We don't deserve to have to pay for what our people did. We paid enough. Okay? Now you people are getting mad about the Confederacy. You're getting mad about other racial profilings. That's like me saying I'm mad and don't like the color flag for gays. I don't care. If you want to be gay, be gay. I don't really care. That's your freedom to do so. This is America. The freedom to act the way you want to. I wouldn't recommend acting like a child if you're an adult, but hey, sometimes we like to have fun. I'm not gonna lie, I do too. I live in a very small town in North Carolina, which is called Hoke, which in this fact, today, George Floyd's funeral and what's the word for it? Memorial. His funeral and memorial is happening right next to my church. I go to Rockfish Church, and the funeral is literally right next to my church. I had to go to my grandma who lives in Fayetteville today to do some plants. I had to do some digging and plant some flowers for her. I don't mind, but it makes it difficult for people to get back and forth. I work in Fayetteville. I live in Rayford. From my house to my job is a 30-minute drive, depending on what time I leave and what time I get out. If I leave early, I don't have to worry about traffic. There's not many people out in the morning. If I leave late, yeah, I'm going to catch some traffic in the red lights. Don't really care for it. Don't really matter to me as long as I get to my job and back. Now, I do know that people are struggling due to the fact of the COVID-19 as well, that they're unemployed and having to fight. I completely understand. I work for a bank. I have to deal with these calls all day. I'm struggling. I'm sorry. My funds have been overdrawn. I have overdraft fees at $36, $7. I mean, let me go ahead and tell you this. Being a PNC representative, I work with deposits and checking. So if you have an issue due to the COVID-19 PNC, just tell us, hey, I'm unemployed due to the COVID-19 issue. We completely understand any fee refunds we can grant you as a business interruption. If you're not struggling, don't call us for that. Hey, Noah. I've got a friend on here that's also, I went to Job Corps with. Not only that, after 6 months of unemployment, after getting out of Job Corps, it was a very hard struggle. I was very depressed, very stressed, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. But let's get back to the George Floyd thing. My town has been hit by the protest. My town next to me, and I was born in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. People are struggling. People are fighting. We don't need this. We don't need this at all right now, especially with COVID-19. Due to these riotings and these protesting, COVID-19 was so close to being wiped out. Due to this, COVID-19 has gotten higher. More cases have been involved because of COVID-19. We're so close to each other during this protest. We just forget, hey, COVID-19 is still out there. It's not done. It's still there. We were close to getting rid of it, eradicating it from the U.S. But then George Floyd's death caused a lot of panic and a lot of protesting, a lot of activism. And here's the thing about that: the activism for George Floyd. If you're there to respond to George Floyd's death, to get out there and say what these cops did was wrong, which I believe it was too, and I do believe they should be punished for that. But going after every single one of these cops isn't going to help. Not all these cops are bad. I live in Hope County, like I said. The cops around here, you barely see them out. I barely see any cops running around with lights on and all that, because in my county, we are peaceful. We get along with each other. In my school, and my friend Noah, who's on this too, everybody knew me as Redneck. That was my nickname. And yes, people came up to me and said, "Hey, don't you feel offended by us calling you Redneck?" No, I don't. I don't feel offended at all. Because one, I don't care for racism. Racism is just the stupidity thing that people believe that they can follow anytime they want by saying, "Hey, that's racist." That is their word to say, to get attention, to get everybody to look. Hey, I'm over here. This guy's being racist. It's not true. It's not true. You're just wanting to believe. You're making up stories to make it believe that this person's racist, and then that person who had not said anything racist is a target now. And you can ruin that person's life by doing that. That's like saying faulty statutory rape, faulty murder, faulty anything that has to do with a crime that a person has not committed due to the fact they weren't involved in innocence. You have ruined their life by stating they did it. And then they believe that. No person should ever have to go through that. I was close to it one time. Not going to mention what it was about, but I was innocent and almost close to being a target. But I fought. And I let people know, hey, I'm not this kind of person. I don't do this shit. It's not what I want. It's not what you want. But I want to go let people know that racism, slavery, and facts that people believe that are true aren't true at all. Before the founding of the U.S., we were slaves to Egyptians. And then the Europeans, or the Philippines is more like it. The Philippines, after the founding of the U.S., when we start fighting Indians and, all these cavalries going after these tribes, and, that's something that we can understand that, the tribals are fighting us for, but not the blacks, not the color. We don't get why you want to fight us due to the fact of slavery when we were slaves as well. We don't owe you anything. When we were done with slavery in the Egyptians' time, we did nothing. We forgive and forget. That is what God wants us to do. Forget and forgive. Past must now look to the present, and the present must look to the future. We are the present, and we want to look to the future, not the past. The past means nothing to us. It is a history long should be forgotten. No one should have to live through the past when we weren't born then. No one should suffer for something that we weren't even born for. So yes, I'm upset. Yes, I want this shit to stop. Now let me go to say something else. During the protesting, people being run over in this, I want to go ahead and mention, I've seen a lot of videos lately of people getting hit by cars because they're standing in the road. Let me go ahead and mention this. Let me get that back in. My thing keeps unplugging. Let me go ahead and mention this. Because people are stupid enough to believe that they're doing something right for George Floyd does not mean it correct. You standing in the road, blocking a road, is actually classified as a felony. You're blocking public roads that people need to access to. Not only that, is it dangerous for you to do that. I want to take that back for felony because I'm not sure about that, but you should never block the roads with oncoming cars. Later today, I did realize I saw a video on TikTok and the news and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm addicted to TikTok. These videos are funny sometimes. Sometimes they're amazing. They're awesome. There's this one dude that can do some awesome stuff with TikTok's videos. Um, but let me go ahead and put it towards to one video that a guy in his truck with a trailer hitched up with horses onto it. They were hitting his car. They were beating his stuff because people were standing in front of him and he was trying to take off. You want to know why he was trying to take off? Because people were throwing smoke grenades, fireworks inside this person's trailer that has horses on it. He lost a horse. One had to be put down, and another one lost an eye. These horses were worth $100,000 worth of property. So 2 horses, that's $200K that you've just taken for that person. Their public, well, not their public, their private property. Damages that you've made for no fucking reason. These animals did nothing to you. They're not involved. But yes, I believe this person had every right to run your asses over because you injured innocent animals. And that's considered animal cruelty, which you could be detained and arrested for, and then fined and charged. Don't do it. Just leave people alone. Let them go be about their business. There's so many videos of idiots around here right now posting, hey, I dare you to stand in front of my car. I dare you to stand in front of my vehicle. You're idiots as well. Don't do that. Don't start something because you're just going to make it work. You're escalating the situation as it is. Don't make it worse for everybody around here. I'm scared to go to work tomorrow because of this right now. Of my just right up the road from my church. Right next door to my church, we have local PD, state troopers, federal agents, army out there as security. There are people out there talking to each other and they're actually becoming calm. They're peaceful and all that. Fayetteville's police, when protesting went on, our cops kneeled to the protesters and peace began. While other states fight, we begin the peace. Because we are looking at the future. If we look at the present and the past, nothing will be done with our lives. We will make it worse for ourselves. We don't need that. You don't need that. You don't want it. Be who you are, not what you want to be. What you want to be is not who you are. And I learned that from a mentor. And it has come true to me. At this point, I'm still struggling. The job I have is not the job I went to school for. It's not what I want. But the only thing I look at it this way is it pays good. There are good people there. You can make friends. You can make a decent job. I'm not going to lie, the customers are pretty bad people sometimes, that they always cuss at you and you can't say anything back to them. What we normally have to do is file a complaint for it. But hey, we get along our day. We spend 8 hours on the phone to deal with people's accounts all day. And we're fine with that because we're here to help our customers. People who are riding and raiding the shops and businesses and that, you're not part of George Floyd's death. You're making an excuse due to the COVID-19 issue. No one's able to shop and that, curfew and all that. They've been inside. You're just looking for a way to relieve your own stress, relieve your own bodily mental state. Nothing about this is peaceful because of COVID-19. I'm not gonna lie. I understand that you're trying to relieve the stress, but you know what? 6 months of unemployment after I got a Job Corps was very stressful and very mentally unstable. I was depressed. I was stressed. I kept thinking, what am I going to do? How am I supposed to support me and my mother? How are we going to live if I can't do anything for her? And she works a part-time job. She enjoys her job. If she were to go unemployed, she go ballistic. It would make her depressed, just as I was. I was raised in a German family. My father's side I didn't get to really know that much well, just my aunt on that side. When he passed, no one actually knew existed except for my aunt, my uncle over there. But my family we were raised in Germans. My grandma's from Germany. My great grandma's from Germany. My mom's from Germany. A lot of my family is from Germany. Yes, we have fought our way through the system. Yes, we were slaves. It doesn't matter what color you are, what race you're from, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, anything like that. At some point in your life, back in your previous days, you were slaves. Everybody was a slave. So blacks, colored, any person, let me just keep, I don't know why I keep saying black. I'm just going to say colored if I can, as much, when it comes to this. Colored people, we don't owe you shit. It's over. It's done. Okay? Nothing in this world will change if you keep bringing back the past. We can't look to the future if you keep saying this person's racist because of this reason when it's not true at all. I don't like the word racist. It's stupid because it has no meaning. It really doesn't. In my mind, it has no meaning. There was a rapper. Let me go to tell you. There was a rapper. I can't remember his name. But this is a true story, and I loved the way he talked about it. Okay, he's dressed up the way he is. It's fine. I don't care how you dress up. That's your life. Live it. If you feel comfortable that way, do it. I don't care. But let me just say this story real quick, and then my stream is done. A rapper, during some kind of event or some kind of thing, they were looting a store, or they were just running for drugs, their money, guns, and that. They were running. Just a whole bunch of black guys. But this one young black guy who became a rapper, a famous rapper, good music. I don't judge for music. I don't prefer rap. Sometimes I can't understand it. With these generations these days, I don't think they even know what the heck they're rapping for. Old fashioned rap, yes. Old school, because you understand what they're saying. They're talking about their past of their life and how much they've been through. But this rapper right here has made an inspiring video of himself of talking about that racism is stupid. He doesn't know what it means. He does, but he wants to admit he doesn't know what it means to him because of his life he had back then. So let me go ahead and tell you a story that I heard from, one of his videos. In one of his stories, he talks about that he was a kid, he was shot, he had a hole in his chest. So instead of other people stopping of his color, stopping to save him, they jumped over him to run for the drugs, the money, the guns. One white dude stopped and yelled, stating, "What is wrong with you? What is this?" Black people stopped, looked at him, and says, "We called an ambulance." The kid is on the ground bleeding out badly. This white guy told him to stop, get a car, you're driving, take me to the hospital with this kid. White guy picks the kid up, guy drives him to the hospital. He didn't just drop him off and leave. That white guy stayed and waited for the doctor to say that he's going to make it. That white guy, when that kid came out, says, "Don't worry, my name is Uncle Bob." To this day, this black guy always calls him Uncle Bob. And when he was asked, was the white guy a cop? Yes, the white guy was a cop. He says he was the most white snowflake looking guy he's ever seen. And he stopped and helped this kid while black people jumped over his body and ran from him. So it is believed that no one should believe in racism. It's not a thing. It shouldn't exist. And that's going to be the end of my stream right now. Let me go ahead and say one more thing, though. Due to COVID-19, the way to relieve stress, and this is what I thought about doing, go hiking, go camping, visit friends. Fuck it. If you don't feel sick, go see your friends. I know it's safe and that. Wear masks, wear gloves, cover your hands, cover your arms if you have to, but enjoy your friendships. If you have to video chat each other, there's games, there's video chats, there's your phone, talk to people, walk outside, walk around, go swimming, go find somewhere to do, ride a bike, something. My idea was to pack my shit, go to the mountains where I went to school at, and enjoy the view. I loved it there. I would come back, I would go get my friends. We would go to our water hole. When we were kids, we had a river that was near my house, where I used to previously live at. And we jump off the bridge and we dive in the water. We had fun. It was hot. We didn't care. We rode our bikes. We started a day where we rode our bikes starting from 6 a.m. in the morning till 3 o'clock in the morning of the next day. We rode our bikes from our town, Fayetteville, to back to my friend's neighborhood, to back out again. We chilled, we swam, we smoked, we had fun. We did stuff, and this is how we got rid of the stress, depression, and other things. We got out and enjoyed ourselves no matter what happened around us, no matter what was going on in life. If it came to it, as long as we enjoyed our life, as long as we enjoyed each other, hanging out, if it meant the end of our day the next day, as long as we were out having fun with our lives, we didn't give two shits. We had fun. We made our peace by hanging out, enjoying our time, going out, exploring, doing what we want to do that we love. So that's going to be the end of my story. This is going to be the end of my video. Later on, hopefully, I'll make some part of my gaming videos. I might get my friend to get on so we can do some Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I want to get some Warzone done. So this is going to be the end of this. Enjoy y'all's day. Remember, don't look in the past, look to the future. Bye, guys.